Galnet News Special, 13th of April, 3307. The Fate of the Hesperus. Logs retrieved from the megaship Hesperus by the Scriveners clan, a salvage and space dredging collective, have shed some light on what happened to the Hesperus 193 years ago, in July 3113. Owned by the Azimuth Corporation, the megaship appears to have been heading for the California Nebula just a few years after the Adamastor set out for the Coalsack Nebula. Like the Adamastor, it met a violent fate. A number of commanders have now managed to decrypt the two sets of logs, which we will now play in their entirety. If you wish to discover the wreck and to decipher the logs yourself, you may wish to stop listening. Each log is annotated at the start by data analysts from the Scriveners clan dredger. Log 1. Most files from the megaship's computer were uploaded without error, but this defied our archiving process. Upon further inspection, I found it to be encoded with a customised algorithm. Timestamp 12/7/3113/2105.
This is Lieutenant Kelemen, Deputy Acting Security Chief on the Hesperus. I have to report that the ship has been overtaken by enemy soldiers. Most of the crew are either dead or in hiding like us. It's Pharmasapien, has to be. They had sleeper agents on board, including some of my own troops. How the hell did they avoid our checks? They must have been waiting all this time, but today they just opened fire. Cut down most of our security first, including Major Amaru, and then the bridge crew. The rest marched into the cargo hold at gunpoint. In an hour, they controlled the Hesperus. Private Velasco and I managed to gather about half the science team, and we've made it to the aft engineering levels without being spotted. I've disabled the sensor suite, so they'll have to search for us in person, which should buy us a few hours. I fought Pharmasapien mercenaries before. Infiltration is their speciality, but this is their biggest operation they've ever pulled, unless maybe the same thing happened to the Adamastor. That makes sense. If they attacked either them or us using ships, proximity sensors would have automatically sent a distress signal to Azimuth. Pharmasapien must know about our probes then, and that they found signs of non-human artifacts. And that means they'll kill anyone to get to them first. The scientists are asking me what's our next step. That's easy. We survive. But I don't have a clue how. How can I save these people?
Log 2. This is the second file that has resisted automatic processing due to its coded structure. The encryption resembles that of the previous file, suggesting a common source. Timestamp 13/7/3113/232.
Lieutenant Kelemen, emergency log, final entry. We've managed to move around undetected for several hours now, although it feels like the ship is deserted. The cargo holds had hundreds of people imprisoned there. We could hear their shouts ringing through the corridors, but suddenly they all went quiet. Did Pharmasapien? My God. Those psychopaths. We have a plan to jump ship. Velasco has volunteered to use explosive charges to create a distraction while I lead everyone to the launch bays. I've ordered her to rejoin us and not be a hero. I can't afford to lose her. They haven't managed to block my command codes yet, so I'll be able to get full control of all the secondary exploration craft. A few of the scientists have piloting experience, fortunately. Some of them even want to continue the mission, saying there are systems within range that may contain alien artifacts. Let's see if we get out alive first. I'm going to encrypt these logs in the central computer so Pharmasapien won't detect them. But Azimuth will, and at least they'll know what happened. Assuming they ever manage to retake the Hesperus.
Log 3. Research Sergeant Indesh obtained this file from the internal drive of an empty EVA suit. It has different encryption from the previous two logs. Timestamp 22/7 3113 940.
Recording. This is Junior Engineer O'Neill. I've just come back into the ship and found everyone poisoned, gassed. They're lying on the floor with their eyes and mouths. Oh, my God. Something's killed them all. I was out on the hull. We've been searching for non-human signals using Azimuth data to try and locate what they were looking for. The chief started wondering if the sensor arrays were damaged, so I went out to check. Lost all comms. Came back through the airlock and found... I can't risk taking my suit off. This poison gas, it's probably still in the air. I might be the only one left alive, unless anyone else is suited. Have to go looking. There has to be someone else. Wait. Was this done deliberately? I know some of the Azimuth crew managed to escape. Have they got back on board? Is this them retaking their ship? I should encode this log in case they patch into my suit comms and track me. They might already know where I am, but I'm just an engineer. That's all I'll tell them. I'll tell them that Pharmasapien only brought my team along to keep the Hesperus operational after they took over, that's all. They won't kill me too. They're not murderers. They're not like us.
Log 4. Datagrapher Biblion's report. This is the second and final log from the EVA suit. Lector General Caligari has ordered that this and any similar files be transferred to the Strategy College. Timestamp 22/7/3113/1308.
I've found out what's happened. The original crew didn't come back. It's just one woman who did this. I'm looking at her body right now, poisoned like all the others. She's wearing a security uniform. ID badge says Velasco. She must have been left behind, and she killed everyone on board. I'm in the life support control center. I realized how someone could have fed gas to all the living compartments by feeding it through the primary atmospheric processes, and I was right. I can see the chemical tanks marked toxic. They're from the scientist's storage hold. I think being piped into the ventilation network. That's how she did it. Wiped out every living thing, including herself. Everyone but me. I could tear this all down, but I can't decontaminate the entire ship. There'll be pockets of these chemicals lingering everywhere, and just a few breaths would be enough to... My suit's running low on air. I have spare tanks. But how many? How long can I stay here? What do I do now? What do I do?
The logs end there. The industrial piracy of Pharmasapien seems to have been repelled at the cost of the lives of most of the crew of the Hesperus, but a large contingent of scientists may have been able to escape and may have continued their mission to find alien artefacts. The mysterious figure, Salvation, who is driving the investigation into the historical events surrounding the Hesperus and these very early attempts to find Thargoid artefacts, has made it very clear that this is not the end of the search. They're researching the next phase of the search for the scientists from the Hesperus. There is far more yet to uncover about this historical tragedy.